Hi everybody, welcome to step one of making the pencil case. This video is going to be about adding what's called seam allowance to the outside edge of both pattern pieces that you've created. Of course, yours are decorated in colour and some embroidery stitches. Mine's pretty basic, I've just drawn it with grey lead pencil, just so you can follow along easily enough and match it to what you've done on yours. Okay, so we've got our two panel pieces, we've got a larger one and a smaller one. The first thing you need to do is mark where your top edge is going to be on each panel piece. So in the case of Miss Bulkley's classes, one of your 21 centimetre edges on both panel pieces is going to be your top edge. Okay, now if you've written your name, you're going to want to make the top edge above the name. Okay, so it's not upside down. So it's really important that you mark the top edge on both of those pieces, because that top edge is going to have a seam allowance of 2 centimetres. Each one of those, the top edge is going to have a seam allowance of 2 centimetres, and all of the other seam allowances will be 1 centimetre. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean by that in just a moment. So for this task, you're going to need a pencil, and you're also going to need a ruler, a centimetre ruler. And what we're going to do is, sorry, I'll just position this so that you can see it. So as I just said a second ago, where your top edge is, we're actually going to add 2 centimetres of extra fabric above the top of our ruled line that we've already got. So you need to understand how to measure 2 centimetres. So a really good place to start, so you don't confuse yourself, is at 0. And then it's easy to follow where 2 centimetres is. You've got your 1 and you've got your 2. All right, for that top edge. So what we want to do is we want to place that 0 on that top line. We're going to measure upwards 2 centimetres and we're going to make a mark like this. Just a little mark that measures exactly 2 centimetres from there to there. You're going to slide your ruler along on that edge of the fabric, on that edge of your panel piece, and you're going to measure out again from 0 on the line to 2 centimetres, and you're going to make a mark. Okay, then you're going to take your ruler and you are going to join the dots, rule all the way across. Okay, all the way across the top edge. We're going to do exactly the same thing on the other piece. We'll get the top edges done first, and then we'll do the side and bottom edges. So I'm going to start at 0. Put the 0 on the top edge line, and I'm going to measure up 2 centimetres. 1, 2, and make a mark. I'm going to slide my ruler along, keep the 0 on the line, and I'm going to mark up 2 centimetres. 1, 2, just a mark going sideways like this. Okay, should look like that. Take your ruler, and we're going to join the dots. Carefully, we're going for accuracy. Sewing actually involves a lot of maths, and so as you know, in maths you need to be accurate to get the right answer. In sewing you need to do exactly the same, otherwise you can end up with pieces that don't fit together. All right, so what we're going to do now is tackle what will become the side edges and the bottom edge of the pencil case, okay, on each pattern piece. And these edges here need a seam allowance of only 1 centimetre. So once again, I'm going to use my 0. Start on 0 on the line, on your outer line, and I'm going to measure out 1 centimetre and make a mark like that. I'm going to slide my ruler down. I'm going to keep the 0 on my line, and I'm going to mark out 1 centimetre again. You should be able to see those reasonably clearly, I hope. Then we're going to use the ruler. We're going to match them up, match the dots, and we're going to rule straight through. So you can see I've added 1 centimetre space to the side seam. I've got 2 centimetre space at the top edge, and I'm going to, the final 2 edges will also be 1 centimetre. So 0 on the line, measure out 1 centimetre, slide the ruler along the line, measure out 1 centimetre again, use your ruler to join the dots and rule all the way along. Okay, and the final edge, final side seam, this will become, start at 0 again, on the line, measure out 1 centimetre, slide the ruler down 1 centimetre and join the dots. So when you've finished ruling, adding your seam allowance, it should look like this. 2 centimetres up here, 1 centimetre, 1 centimetre, 1 centimetre. And you do exactly the same thing with the other piece. Now we've started with the 2 centimetres at the top. This will be a side seam, this will be a side seam, and this will be the base of your pencil case. So side seam, and base are all 1 centimetre. So I'm going to start with my ruler on 0. Let's just get that out of the way. Ruler on 0, on the line measuring out 1 centimetre, sliding the ruler down, 0 on the line measuring out 1 centimetre, join the dots like this. Okay, same thing on the bottom. So we're going to measure down from the bottom 1 centimetre, so 0 on the line, measure down 1 centimetre, slide it along, 0 on the line, measure down 1 centimetre, and join the dots, rule along. Okay, and the final edge on the final pattern piece is another side seam, another 1 centimetre seam allowance. So 0 on the line, 1 centimetre, 0 on the line, 1 centimetre, and join the dots. Now you can see that when I was actually measuring out my my panel piece, I didn't account properly for allowing 2 centimetres at the top here, and I sort of ended up with a little bit of a nick in the corner of my pattern piece. It's a tiny amount and it actually won't matter. Hopefully you all have enough space for a 2 centimetre seam allowance at both of the top edges of your pattern pieces. Now the reason why we need 2 centimetres is because we need to put the zipper in here along the top edge of both pieces. And to be able to put a zipper in properly and easily, you need a decent sized seam allowance. So you should have 2 pattern pieces that look like this. I'll see you in a minute for how to start cutting them out.